Hey future teachers, I'm excited to talk to you about analyzing student data today. We're going to do a quick introduction and think about Google Forms, especially how we can use Google Forms to analyze student data. But to begin with, we want to talk about data collection tools. These tools are things we've talked about in class, and it doesn't have to be digital tools, but you can take data and import it into digital software to help you understand where your students are at any given time. Those quiz softwares that we're looking at, that we've talked about, Google Forms, Quizalize, Quizzes, Nearpod. Um, there's a ton of digital tools out there. You can use paper quizzes, you can use performance assessment rubrics and checklists. There are so many ways to assess students' understanding, and so many tools that you can use to collect that data, that you need to use what is best for you in your learning situation. Some of those data analysis tools really talking about quantitative data that we would take at any given time, both formative and summative, but data dealing with numbers. We would look at Excel numbers from the Apple platform, Google Forms, and Google Sheets will help you kind of deeply analyze data that you collect. Now, the biggest pro tip I can give you is as a full-time teacher, you're going to use what your district provides you with. There are school districts, and most school districts will have a platform that helps you analyze student data. eSchool is one of those platforms, but there are a bunch of different tools that districts give you that you can use to analyze data, and use what you're comfortable with. If you like sheets, then use sheets. If you like numbers, use numbers. If you are traditional and like Microsoft Excel and you know all of the things in Excel, then use that to analyze your data. The key here is being able to identify students' needs and react to students' needs. It's data-driven decision making. The rest of this video is going to talk about Google Forms and how Google Forms will automatically help you see where students are. So when we analyze data using Google Forms, we see that there are insights. When you create a quiz in Google Forms, it'll give you how many of your students, how they did on your quiz. So it'll give you the average, it'll give you the median and the range. So in this quiz that you see, the lowest points scored were 3 and the highest were 8, and most of the students scored 8. So I can safely assume that the students understood most of this quiz. I might need to go back and talk to a few students and work on some things and really figure out what happened with the students that got 3 or 4 or 5 points, and make sure that they're retaught in some way. But that's the first thing. It'll give you insights for overall student performance. Then it'll also give you individual scores. So out of the students in that class, it'll show me individual scores so I can quickly identify who needs help on this specific topic. And then it'll also look at the different responses, individual responses, and it'll help you see who got the questions right, who got questions wrong. It'll help you to understand where students are as a class on one specific item. It also lets you have different options for visualizing data. If you ask students on a drop-down menu who they are, or an answer to a question, it'll show you the percentage in a pie graph rather than a bar graph. And another way this does this is if you have a multiple question or multiple choice question that has multiple answers, it'll give you a bar graph as well to show you what students answered and the percentages involved. And then also for rank, it will give you a bar graph to show you what the rank was for each of your individual students as they rank something in order. So those are really great tools for students or for teachers to analyze student data within Google Forms.